for it. This Pee Wee.
You recording? Here we go.
Yeah,
We're gonna start in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Yes, sir, man. It's your boy AB, your neighborhood sports guy. Welcome. Another edition of this good, gracious, God Almighty, great podcast called the Open Gym.
Yeah.
Where we in here, we talk about everything, all sports, in the way that, we can only explain it in the only way we know how, man. And again, I'm sitting here with my guy, co-host, Zig the artist, man.
Yeah,
welcome back, man. Another installment, man. Happy New Year to you, man.
Thank you, bro.
It's been
made it.
Made it. It's crazy. We made it. Yeah, man. Happy to you guys. Happy New Year's to you guys. We done all reached over to January 2022, and of course, he's not missing. Another contributing sports writer at the WNBA, the NBA, college sports, all that. My cousin Zach, he was exposed to COVID. Not necessarily him specifically. He's just was in the area, in the vicinity. So, just being smart about it and everything like that. He just said, hey, man, I'm not be able to do it today. I'm just going to, chill out because I don't want to, get you guys sick. I'm like, nah, man, we're going to tap you in still. Sure. We still going to do this virtually. Technology is amazing. So I just want to introduce, once again, my guy, Zach. What's going on, man? How you doing, man? Happy New Year to you.
Happy New Year. Glad to be on. Thanks, y'all, for having me. And,
yes, sir. Yes, sir. You already, man, listen, stop it. He's thinking about having me like he's not a regular. Hey, what's going on with this guy? No, man, it's a new year, man. Happy New Year to you, man. What's new in your side of town, man? I know, things happen in a workspace and it's a little hectic, and you was worried about our safety. I thank you. I thank you, man. What's going on with you, man?
Man, I wanted to make sure that y'all were safe.
Yeah,
and then also, nothing chilling, just writing, creating, man. It's a beautiful 2022, man. We chasing our goals out here, man. No more procrastinating, man.
You can't at all, man. It's time for all that to cut out, baby. But we all know why we here, man. There's been a lot that happened this week, and none bigger than Antonio Brown. This guy. It's borderline hilarious.
Because he finds himself in the news, like, just every season. And, like, it's just crazy. And last year, they won the championship.
And that was the one year he probably wasn't in the news as much. Yeah. Or something crazy. Yeah. But it's like, we all know what happened last Sunday. Playing against the Jets. It was the third quarter. The Bucs were down. It just spread like wildfire on the internet, man.
How did the Jets stress you out?
The Jets. Like of all teams, the Jets stress you out. Like,
man, they sideline going crazy.
And we seen it. It blew up on social media. Taking his shoulder pads, his jersey off. Wristband, glove, whatever he had on, took it all off.
Hold on, I want to say this.
Yeah.
He basically, like, undressed. It was cold as hell over there.
It was in New York. You know it get windy up there. He didn't care. He wanted to prove a point, damn it. I'm out of here. But we seen it. Got undressed. Left the field. And the thing that got me that was funny, though, was the fact that while he's walking off the field, he's like gesturing like, put your hands up, happy in the crowd. Like, but you in New York, you ain't even in Tampa. You sitting there like, yo, let's go.
Can you imagine being at the game, though? It was in the middle of the game, third quarter.
The
fans probably was mad confused, like,
what's going on?
What is going on? They probably think it was a conspiracy because they was winning up to that point.
And I know Jets fans were sitting there like, they still was nervous. Like, they know dang on well they wasn't out the woods until that thing hit triple zeros at the end of that game for sure. But yeah, man, it's a lot that's going on. So when it comes to AB, so these are the stories. We all know. We were all confused initially as like, why, because there's one thing I don't like. We so quick to just judge and just say like, oh, bad person, oh, there go AB again, he doing this, he doing that, mental health, all that stuff. And don't get me wrong, there's probably factors of each of those things that plays a part into this.
Of course. But
it's just like to just brashly just come out and just condemn a guy essentially like that before even getting any information is crazy. So as the days went by, things came out. So you had Bruce Arians come out right after the game. AB is no longer a member of the Bucs team.
Yeah.
So then later on, as he explains, so what's allegedly being saying, this is Bucs side. Bruce Arians is before the game. AB, came to him like, look. Well, his agent reached out to the team and said, hey, can we get the game? Because AB has incentives in his contract. So if he reach certain milestones, catches, yards, touchdowns, things of that nature, he gets extra money. Agent reaches out to the Bucs. Hey, AB, can AB get his incentives guaranteed? Can we just get it? They said no. They said no because it's like that's the purpose of an incentive. Like, like you do this then you get your money. Obviously, they say AB didn't like it. During the game, they're playing. Halftime come, goes there. Bruce. This is all, like I said, this is all Bruce Arians. Goes to Bruce Arians saying, "Hey, I'm not getting enough catches. Oh, sideline rather, I should say. I'm not getting enough catches. I'm not receiving the ball." Then that's when Bruce Arians does admit that he says, you know what? Get on out of here then. We don't need you. AB takes it literal, gets undressed on the field, and gets on out of here. Then obviously you have tweets by AB. As y'all can see on the screen right now. You have tweets by AB basically summing it all up, basically saying that no bad blood with players. Certain coaches, obviously Tom Brady, the GOAT, stuff like that. But he told them he was hurt, ankle, he couldn't play, and that they was pressuring him to play, essentially like that. Which I can see that. It's football. It's the NFL.
That's the NFL.
Like they, especially back in the day, probably not too much today, unless a limb was literally hanging off your body, you were going to play, like regardless. Right. So we're not in that type of element anymore when it comes to the NFL. Before I even go any deep, I want to get to you guys what you guys think. I don't necessarily have a side. I'm just more so of what's right is right. What's wrong is wrong. And grandmama always told you it's your side, the other person's side, and then somewhere in the middle is the truth, essentially, like that. So just expound on that, man. What do you guys think on that? Zach, we'll start with you, man. Since you virtual, man, you gonna get the limelight. We gonna solo you. You get it popping, man. Tell us what you think about those situations.
Man, I'm chilling. To be honest with the AB situation, I don't take a side either. I feel like AB, he kind of did that with the Steelers, with the whole situation with Juju, and him feeling like he didn't get the receptions that he deserved, and then he threw a ball at Ben Roethlisberger, and that kind of led to him being traded. He was supposed to go to the Buffalo Bills, but he ended up going to the Raiders, and then he got out of the Raiders clause with the whole free me please, and then the whole situation happened with Tampa Bay. I wouldn't be surprised though, because Bruce Arians is very dictatorship wise. So to be honest, I don't know, but you don't take off your pads and leave your team in the middle of the game, no matter what the situation is. However, I do believe that, let's be real, Tom Brady is going in his LeBron bag, and he's getting to operate as a general manager, because that would not happen in New England. So in Tampa Bay, he gets the call. He gets to say a little bit, but I don't think that Antonio Brown's ankle was necessarily hurt. I mean, he was running around the stadium saying goodbye to everybody as he waved to the New York Giants fans and everything. So I don't know. I'm not 100% sure, but I would not be surprised if Arian, from the coach from Tampa Bay, I would not be surprised if Bruce, if he did not like some of his stuff was a bit excessive. But either the way that I'm looking at it right now, both sides are kind of like, y'all lost our credibility. Neither one can be really trusted. That's just me.
What about you, Zig? I know you got an opinion about it for sure. We done talked about this
so, like,
a couple of times.
I really think it's a little bit of both. I feel like what I really feel like what happened, I feel as though the injury, I feel as though that is true. I feel as though they came to him. I mean, he came to them and told them about his ankles.
Sent the text messages, for sure.
Stuff like that. And I think somewhere in the middle, they promised him if he plays, because they need him, he'll get his incentives.
Especially now.
He'll get his incentives. And because they lost Godwin. So, like, listen, if you play, we'll make sure you get your touches. Boom, 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 boom. So he's like, all right, I'm going to go out there. I'm going to shoot up real quick, get this numbing, and try to ball out. And I think what happened was they just used him basically as a decoy, and he noticed that by halftime. So now he's like, oh, but y'all had me playing on a bad ankle. But y'all told me that I'm going to get my money. So what happens is, oh, y'all not playing me? My ankle hurt, so now I'm out here for no reason. Oh, let's get out. I'm gone. So I feel it's one of them things where they're both kind of telling the truth. And listen, AB is just one of them boys. Let's be real. Like, I'm going to still stick up for him because, like, I don't like, oh, he's crazy. I don't like none of that. But do I feel like his actions were childish and inexcusable, I would say, in a sense? Yeah, because you don't do that to your teammates.
Right.
Fuck the coaches, fuck the owner, all of that.
Yeah.
Your teammates is the one that's on the field with you. You don't do that to them. If you want to leave, they could have just did it quietly and just walked off the field.
And you seen even in the video, Mike Evans is literally like grabbing him, like, yo, relax, bro, I got you. Like, you good. Like,
it's your, and he already came out and was just like,
right.
It's nothing against the players or my bros.
Right.
So I really feel as though his actions is childish. He could have handled that. He could have handled it. He had to do the whole. You know what I mean? That was a little.
I'm in New York. I'm from Tampa, though, but let's go.
I do feel as though they forced him to play. And they tricked him into playing.
You saying that, like I said, your side, they side, truth in the middle.
Mm-hmm.
I do believe, like, I want this notion to stop. Is AB eccentric? Is AB? I'm the original AB, but is Antonio Brown really, like? Does he definitely? Do things that are outlandish in situations. Like, yes, absolutely. But I do believe where it's like my biggest problem is why isn't AB getting targets? Mm-hmm. Yeah, like you said, Chris Godwin is gone. Mm-hmm. He's done for the year. Leonard Fournette's hurt right now. Mike Evans, even though he's playing again another year, banged up again, hammies, trash. Mm-hmm. Why isn't he getting the ball? You know what I'm saying? And
he was a decoy.
It's like, I don't care what no one says. NFL is amazing. It's great. Best sport in the country. Top sport in the country. But you can't say, it's still a business. You can't sit and tell me they're not sitting here like, well, if we can. Because it's only for the regular season. Because I bet you once the playoffs start, he would have been getting whatever he needed. These was just regular season milestones that he needed to reach to get this money. And granted, it's only $1 million or $2 million essentially. It ain't crazy, but I mean, it's still $1 million. I take $1 million right now. But I'm just saying, like, stuff like that. But at the same time, I'm more of an advocate of it. it's a way you can handle yourself essentially like that. Don't mess up the bag, especially in a situation like this. This wasn't a situation where your blackness was threatened.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It wasn't a race thing particularly. You know, that's something that, all right, yeah, sometimes sacrifices present themselves because my morals are high enough to be able to go there with like a Kaepernick thing and Kyrie and stuff like that. When your morals supersede what they're talking about, not saying you don't want to get the money, but at the same time you got standards. So to me, it's just like it's a different way you can handle it. But I just need like this whole rhetoric on social medias of he's a bad guy and just it's here go AB again. He lying. Nothing he's saying is true. Like, stop it. Just like you. This man is not. Yes, he's a loose cannon. He snap, but he's not just out here just totally just making up.
That's what I think.
Everything. Now his reaction to it. That's you can debate.
That's what we should be debating.
Yeah,
what he's saying. But like I said, it makes more sense when I really feel like they gassed him up and he didn't like it.
For sure.
And they think, oh, it's the Jets. The Jets had them rattled.
You can't sit and tell me they ain't tell that man, we got you. Because no one gets that upset. Don't get me wrong. He probably still would have been upset that he wasn't getting it. But no one gets that upset.
If he wasn't promised something.
If he wasn't, right. The conversation was had. You know, something. I don't know. This is only speculating like that.
It's going to get worse.
The information is going to keep spreading. What you going to say, Zach? Go ahead, man.
But one thing that I will say, though, is like, again, AB, he's going to get in the Hall of Fame. I don't care what anybody says.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, he's getting in the Hall of Fame. It may take an extra year or two because, you know, they like to do the politics. But with AB, it's kind of hard because you did the same exact thing in Pittsburgh. You did the same exact thing in Oakland. But the thing that's going to catch you up is now you did it with Tom Brady.
Right.
Like, so now it becomes a social aspect. Like, I'm not a huge Tom Brady fan, but I have to give him his respect where credit is due. He is the GOAT at the quarterback position or in the NFL. With AB, the thing that messed him up with, yes, there were incentives involved, but you knew what you were getting into when you signed with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Despite the fact that Tom Brady is separated from Bill Belichick, he still has Bill Belichick muscle memory, which means that he is now the GM of Tampa Bay. I don't care what anybody says. He is feeling his inner LeBron, so that means he's going to throw them short routes. He's still going to do what he did in New England to win. That does not fit AB's offense. So my thing is, like, I do understand AB storming off the field, and I don't think he's crazy, and I do hate these mental health rhetorics and things of that nature because I do believe that Bruce Arians, I don't know why I was drawing the blank on his name, but earlier, I don't know why Bruce Arians is sitting here on these interviews talking about, I told him that he needed to get back out there, and he didn't want to get back out there. The NFL is a conservative league. They hate when you step on their mantra, or they hate when you disobey, or whatever the case may be. AB don't care about none of that. He's now getting to the point where he wants to enjoy football. He wants to play football, and he knows his brand. I don't care what anybody says. AB is still gonna get signed right before the playoffs. I don't know who, but he's gonna get signed. Like, he's talent. It's almost me and my former sports professor, my mentor. We used to always talk about this. Are you good enough to get away with it?
Right.
Ray Lewis on a murder trial before he wins the Super Bowl. He wins the Super Bowl. You think of Ray Rice. He hit his now wife. He had a bad season before that. Colin Kaepernick, the Neil. He had a bad season before that. Like, you really have to think about Michael Vick when he got caught up with the dog chase. He didn't have a good season. Like, are you good enough to get away with it? And I don't think I do think Antonio Brown is good enough to get away with it. And the fact of the matter is, there are teams that are about to go into this playoffs that need a wide receiver, especially with his accolades, and he's gonna make the Hall of Fame. It's just gonna take a few more years.
Yeah, as long as he don't come to the Eagles, well.
That would be a good time. That would be a good time for Jalen Hurts, but that's neither here nor
there. Going to choke Jalen Hurts. Yo, give me the ball, cat.
That's as bad as my quarterback, T.O. T.O.'s trying to get back. T.O.'s trying to get with the Tampa.
Man, this man T.O. said, "Yeah, I'm ready, Tom. Come on." I'm
T.O. is in shape, though. T.O. is in shape.
I just need T.O. just to stop. I really, literally believe.
Though.
I know it's a
T.O.
side
is in
note, but I literally believe T.O. can contribute. Probably not on a full-time basis because he's still in shape and probably still better than half the wide receivers in the NFL.
Mm-hmm.
But I just don't like the way he just going about it. Just seemed like a black man just begging, like just stop, bro. Like it's cool,
he
bro.
made the Hall of Fame, right?
T.O. Yeah, he good.
Take your gold jacket.
Just go sit. No, man, but listen. Like I said, it's a lot to that story. We're gonna hear a lot because this is not gonna stop at all, man. And more are gonna come out because each side is going to want to make sure they're good. You know what I mean? They don't want to be seen like, we was the bad guy in this situation. No one wants to be the bad guy in this situation.
I'm gonna tell you what's going to end all of it. Play the tape. They record everything.
It's the NFL.
And that's what made me think like Bruce Arians was lying, because if they was telling the truth, they'll play the tape.
I'm telling you, it's a lot that's gonna be unpacked. I guarantee it, because you see already, his either lawyer or agent reached out. Mm-hmm. We want our bread. Y'all cut us. We still want our bread. Mm-hmm. So they gonna be in court. They gonna fight that. Tom Brady initially sided with him. You know, not sided, but more so took the approach that we're saying, and like, you know, let's show love. Let's not hate. Let's not bashing and killing. You know, like that. Like, let's just. It is what it is. They made the decision. Then obviously today he had a press conference with his reaction to it, and he still didn't even want to talk about it, because now that you know they really do have somewhat of a friendship and a camaraderie, whereas like he just like, listen, we talk. Let's
focus on shit.
But that's literally the whole video, right? The whole video, and he's doing what he's supposed to do as a leader of the Tampa Bay team. Yeah. We're gonna eliminate these distractions. We're gonna focus on this on these playoffs that's coming up, man. So yeah, man, we gonna move on though. There's a lot that's going on in sports still to this day. I mean, this time is probably the best time of the season, man. It's just amazing. You going for football, going into the playoffs. Then you got basketball. Literally is in full effect now. You know, after Christmas, it's time for basketball. So we about to really jump into that. Two different subjects when it comes to basketball and the NBA, man. So we're gonna hop into it right now. We're gonna talk about that. So, like I said, NBA, something special is possibly happening this weekend, this Sunday. We've been waiting for this for 2 years.
2 years.
2 years they have been the most spectacular shooting backcourt of all time, as Mark Jackson stated, and this was during the time before they even became hallmark names. Woj tweeted out earlier this week, there's optimism. Golden Warriors, it's Golden State Warriors, but you know he messed up. But Golden Warriors guard Klay Thompson will make his return versus the Cleveland Cavaliers on Sunday. Source tells ESPN a final decision is expected once the Warriors return from a 2-game trip on Friday. All I hear is Klay Thompson is playing Sunday. and Steve Kerr already said, listen, we ain't playing all that, coming off the bench, warming up. No. Klay Thompson is playing basketball on Sunday. Now, they did also report that he will be still limited minutes-wise.
Of course.
Because you can't, you talk about Achilles and ACL, so I'm excited. I mean, I don't know about you guys. Just being a person who loves basketball in general and just love seeing great basketball. And as much as I hated the Warriors for beating LeBron, being his only.
I don't hate them because they were so great.
That's what I'm saying. Like, but the players themselves, like the Splash Brothers, like how can you not like them guys? You know what I'm saying?
Like, come on, Klay Thompson,
Sunday, Cleveland Cavaliers, man. What you guys think? Me personally, I'm excited. I'm ready to see it. I do believe
the Cavs.
The Cavs. It's not. No, you laughing. The Cavs. They sneaky good. They sneaky good. And they playing this lineup that's big.
Mm-hmm.
Like their starters is Evan Mobley, the rookie. Larry Markkinen, who they traded for from Chicago.
I like Larry Markkinen.
And then Jared Allen, who they traded from the Nets.
Yeah.
That's 3 bigs. We talking about 3.
Kevin Love.
And then that's off the bench. Yeah, that's what they run 3 bigs each. So it's going to be. You talking about Draymond, and it works because they're 3 young athletic bigs that can move. So it's like, you know what I mean. So
I like him a lot.
it ain't like it's going to be because who going to guard them?
Yeah.
Draymond only can guard 1.
Yeah.
Wiseman not back yet. Kevin Looney, his name says it all, people. But I'm not the biggest fan of Kevin Looney, man. Good guy, but just not the biggest fan. But I'm excited, man. How about you guys? I'm excited this weekend, man, to see him if he plays.
Excited. I think he's down playing the Warriors a little bit though. Like I think like somebody like an Andrew Wiggins. I think he can hold his own against like one of them bigs. Like a lot of people don't give Andrew Wiggins his credit, but he be balling.
He be balling, but those talking about 3 7-footers out there. It ain't but so much.
But, I mean, he a nice little 2-way player. I don't know. It's the Warriors. Like I just don't got I got the Warriors winning by 50. Like
listen, the NBA is better when the Warriors is at 4 straight. That's all I can
like
say.
I just don't see. And then it's Klay return. They gonna feed.
Yeah, they gonna feed the energy in that room. Even I don't know. I'm gonna look it up now while we talking. I'm not sure if they home or away. It's probably a home game most likely.
It's a home
because
game.
they not
a wrap for the Cavs.
Yeah, they not.
They might as well go get back and go get Brian.
What you think, Zach? Man, what you like? How you feel about the whole Klay situation and the possibility of him actually playing this weekend?
I think that first off, I think it's strategic. You can't tell me that Klay Thompson didn't say, "Oh, I'm gonna come back against the Cavaliers where I won 3 of my."
Oh yeah, definitely. Oh yeah, for sure. It's definitely The whole organization probably said, "Yeah, we're gonna bring you back when we play a lesser team. We're gonna bring you back against well, I can't even say the Lakers right now, but they." Sneaky, they gaining, but the top teams in the Western Conference, and just to let you know, it is at Golden State, so it's about to be. And is that national TV? Hold on, let me see.
Yeah,
Mondays, Sunday, 8:30. So it might be Yup. It might be national TV when it comes to that. So yeah, it's a home game. Go ahead, man.
Yeah, it's on. That game's gonna be on NBA TV, so that's. I mean, not national,
right?
But to be honest,
that's a shame. The NBA TV thing is
right.
Whatever. Go ahead. I love it.
The subscription that nobody really wants to pay for, but I think that's gonna be a good game. I think Klay coming back. His game's not. A lot of people are like, "How is Klay gonna come back?" His game's not predicated on athleticism. He's
right.
not gonna be able to play deep. He's not going to be able to guard the best player right away. It's going to take some time. But that is a huge addition to the team. And then if Golden State hangs on to Andrew Wiggins after the trade deadline, that's going to be huge. That is probably the best small ball lineup ever. If you think about it, Curry at the 1, you got Klay at the 2, you got Draymond. You could do Draymond or Andrew
4 or 5. Yep.
Yeah, and then you got if Wiseman is gonna come back probably relatively after Klay.
Yep.
That is the best small ball lineup ever. If Klay comes back and he's 80%, they're winning the championship. I mean, Utah, I'm not really feeling Utah. They're nice, but Utah is that same team that gets to the second round of the Western Conference playoffs, and then they choke. Even though Donovan Mitchell is playing at a good clip this year, Kawhi, he may come back, but that's later, and that's a knee injury. LA, they won 3 in a row, but I'm not believing in LA. The Warriors are looking. Well, Steph Curry, Draymond Green, and Klay Thompson are looking at their 4th ring.
I mean,
if he's 80%,
you bring up Wiggins. The couple games because, like you said, the trade deadline is going to be major for a lot of teams, and we all know Wiggins is a part of that. That he's on the block essentially, like that. Him and Wiseman, but how they play these games leading up to that, it would say a lot, because you bring up the defense aspect. The person other than Draymond, and I did forget to mention him, and I know I do forget Wiggins at times because he was just lazy early on in his career. He had so much potential to be great.
You know what it was though?
He was in Minnesota
a lot of people do a lot of organizations do this, because the Sixers did it with Andre Iguodala and AI. They expected Wiggins to save the Cavs when Brown.
I mean, he was the number one overall pick. That's kind of comes with the territory.
But what number one overall pick did that though? What's the last number one overall pick that really saved the franchise?
The last one.
Bron.
Joel was third. I mean, well, they not doing too well. Well, he wasn't one neither.
My point exactly.
Yeah, you're right. And the last couple of years, there ain't been a number one that's, I mean, maybe, was Ant-Man number one this year, Anthony Edwards? No, I don't think he was number one.
He tough.
That shit, that's my guy.
But
either way, you're right, though. You're right. I can't think off the back of my hand that probably the last person probably was LeBron. I have to look that up, but I mean, I do forget Wiggins at times, but Klay not gonna have to worry about the play to defend the best player anymore, because that's Wiggins' job. I forgot, and I did forget, it slipped my mind, because like I said, I just have a bit of a disdain for him because he has so much potential, but he was lazy to actually work and get better. Wiggins guards the best player on the other team. That's their wing defender. So now Klay is actually, because they had Harrison Barnes previously in the past, but he wasn't a defender like that. Iggy came around, but Iggy's older now. Wiggins is definitely. I like the Golden State Warriors. That's basically what it boils down to, man. These guys, if Klay could come back and give me, if you give me 80% Klay, like you know what I mean? Like, because again, Steph gonna do what he do. Dre gonna be the guy in the middle, and the added element of Wiggins, because now you have the element of a person who can shoot better. He's got better shooting, and he's athletic as a crap, yo. So he can get to the buck, he can rebound, he can dunk on people. So it's definitely, I do believe Golden State by the end of this year is going to be the team to beat in this conference. Between them and I do like Utah, but Utah's Utah. By the end of the year, they just going to.
Isn't the Nuggets the number one team in the league right now?
I'm not sure.
I don't think they.
I think it's the Nets. They standings up though.
I think it's the Nets, but I think the Nuggets are the number one team in the West.
No, it ain't the Nets for sure, because the Nets got too many losses on their joint. They got double-digit losses, but they're number one in the East for sure though.
It's
they're number
the
one in
Suns
the East.
or the Nuggets.
The Suns are.
Suns. That's who got it. The Suns is number one team. Yes, exactly. Suns is number one team in the Western Conference.
The championship. I'm a huge believer in the hangover from the championship, but the Suns are 30-8. Devin, shout out to
20-7. The Suns are best record in the
league. They're 30-8.
Huh?
No, the Suns are 30-8. Shout out to Monty Williams.
Oh, 30. Updated on the damn.
Yeah, Monty Williams.
38.
Yeah, Monty Williams is coach of the year to me.
Yeah, man. That's who I wanted to be. The coach. We had him here. He was the assistant coach to Brett Brown
for a long time.
Like, I don't want to go see beyond Brett Brown, but that's neither here nor there.
Don't get me started. I'm gonna take a drink to that one, buddy. No, man, but Klay, it should be. It's only good for the NBA when you get someone like Klay Thompson back, healthy. It's been 2 years. He's been itching. He's been running. He's been at the last couple shoot arounds. at the arena,
Damn heavy.
draining threes, draining them like he ain't never missed a beat. Just look out for the Golden State Warriors. I do believe they back. They are definitely back. Are they asserting their dominance like when they had KD? Can they be beat? Yes. But as far as taking it back to Golden State
before KD.
Because
that KD team was not going to get beat.
Yeah, literally the only way they was going to lose is the injury, and that's the only reason why they lost, because of injury. You know what I'm saying? So can they get back to that old Warriors team, 72? Yeah, you know what I mean? Stuff like that. I do believe that, because not only are they great players and shooters, that system is just literally tailor-made for them two guys, man. So the Splash Brothers being back in the NBA is just awesome, man. And I just can't wait. I like I said, I know they said it's optimism, but we all know, unless a major setback happens or something, that man is playing this weekend and he's itching to play, so he's definitely going to make sure he get out there and do what he got to do, man. So I'm definitely happy to see Klay Thompson back. And on the court, man, NBA TV against the Cavs. It should be a good game because, like I said, the Cavs are going to give him a fight. But I mean, I can't wait to see how much time he actually plays.
I can't. This time, I don't even have to hate on him because Brown already got his. I don't even hate on him no more, so I'll enjoy it now.
He said, I can actually sit back and enjoy great basketball. Brown has his. He got 4 now. We good. He go. He solidified. Everything is great.
I just got one thing to say.
No, man, that's definitely dope, man. Klay Thompson, we open gym, man. We are excited. Yeah. We are ecstatic. Your Splash brother already broke the record. Now it's time to go out there, put this team together, and do what you gotta do. Yes, you guys who listen, I am a Sixers fan. I'm not sitting there actively rooting for them to win, but I'm also a basketball fan, man, and I love to see great basketball being played regardless, man. But we're going to stick to basketball, right? NBA. And it's been something that's really, really been bothering me. Like, really been bothering me. And I'm going to get into it, man, right after this, man. I just need y'all to really hang in there with me. I'm going to go on a little bit of a rant here. Just a little bit. I'm gonna need some minutes here just to get what I need to get off my chest. But after this, man, we definitely going to get right back to you guys. I'm going to let you know what's been bothering me in the NBA that's really just been just poking at me, and I just got to let it all out, man. This is the Open Gym Podcast. We'll be right back with you guys. Man, we back here in Open Gym. It's been something that's been just bothering me. And it started at home with my own team with the Sixers. So, just to give you some context of what's been going on in this new NBA. I have never seen a group of professional players be so, I don't want to say soft, but so emotional, sensitive, someone said it the best. Well, it actually was Charles Barkley on NBA TV. He said it literally, this is literally at its simplest form when it comes to sports. Fans come to do 2 things. Cheer or boo. This literally, whether it's right or wrong, this literally comes with the territory of being a professional sports athlete. When you play good, we cheer the hell out of you. When you play bad, not just one time. See, this is why I'm getting frustrated when I hear these things from these players. And they try to blame the fans. It's not like just one game you do bad. Oh, boo. When you consecutively stink, What do you want a fan to do?
Let it out.
What do you want a fan to do? I'm paying my hard-earned money, paying hundreds of thousands of dollars to see you play. Granted, unwillingly, just gladly paying it. It's not like I'm sitting here not wanting to go, because if I'm paying the bread for it, I want to go see the sport. Mm-hmm. But if let's just put it in simpler terms. Restaurant, food, go eat. It's good. But then all of a sudden, you skip a couple months, you go back. Trash. All right, I'm gonna leave it up. That's cool. But you start going back more frequently here and there, and it's worse. Are you going to sit there and say, if someone asks, recommend you, oh, I'm going to such and such, is their food good? Oh yeah, it's still good. I done went there 6 times last week, and that joint was trash. Like, stuff like that. Like, it's like that's the part I'm not getting when it comes to these players. If you do good, we're going to cheer you to no end. Mm-hmm. If you play bad on a nightly basis consecutively, I'm gonna do bad. So, prime example. Just specifically to get into it. So, here, Philadelphia 76ers, our forward Tobias Harris. Last year, he had a decent year. He wanted to be an all-star. He didn't make it, X, Y, and Z. The numbers did stand up to it. All right, cool. It is what it is. This year, he hasn't been so well. And he caught COVID. He was out for a minute. Cool. Came back. I give you that leeway. Give you a week or two, because I understand COVID could take it out of you, get your legs, and a lot of people, even Joel Embiid had it. He came back. He wasn't the best. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Mm. But eventually, Joel Embiid, the last 6 games, is averaging over 30 points a game.
Yeah,
like he's averaging over 30. The last 6 games, and all 6 games they won. So you can't use COVID anymore. Mm-hmm. So you got him complaining about, the fans, y'all too hard. And then the other game, during the game, he finally made a shot, and the fans cheered him and said, good job, thank you for actually making a shot. He talking about, nah, fuck that. Nah, don't cheer for me, fuck that. Like, really? Then, just recently, yesterday, Julius Randle, they was playing, who was they playing? The Celtics. Great game, overtime. R.J. Barrett hits the game winner, which was a terrible shot, but he made it. It's okay. Only can go left. I've never seen some, but whatever. I'm not going to go there. That's another road I'm going to go. Same thing. He finally makes a shot because he hasn't been doing too well. The team in general hasn't been doing too well. He finally makes a shot, and the team cheers for him. He throws the thumbs down at the crowd. Then after the game, they ask, what did the thumbs down mean? He said, get the F out of here. Talking about the fans. I'm just sitting here like, come on, dog. Like, you can't, and then, especially a person like Julius Randle, he is supposed to be the star. Mm-hmm. The superstar of the New York Knicks. So you literally you can't even do that. Tobias Harris, it's just annoying because it's like you're not even the best guy. You can sit here complaining like you need to be better than what you're doing to help this guy. Julius Randle, you're the star in New York, the mecca of basketball, Madison Square Garden, and you're playing not up to par. Why do you think the fans are going to sit there and cheer for you? Are we supposed to cheer when you do bad? Oh yeah, you just went 3 for 20, but good job, bud. No, get better, do better. Like, all this soft crap, yo, it got to stop, bro. And I'm not saying you don't have egos, you don't have personality, but it's just like, after a while, it's like, stop blaming us. We're not the ones playing. We're not affecting the outcome of the game. We're not sitting there shooting 3 for 20 on the, like, come on.
That's crazy. I don't even think it's so much as missing. It's effort.
That goes into in the light of Tobias Harris, and I'm just going to be frank. And I love Tobias Harris as a person. I truly love him. He came to Philadelphia and really integrated himself here. You know, once he signed that contract, he had sawed up. If y'all don't know, Saul Schuler she has a restaurant in Philadelphia. Go look her up. She's on Instagram and everything like that. But either way, he has Saul at his house catering his contract party and everything like that. So he's really done a great job of integrating himself. Obviously, when the Black Lives Matter things and good stuff was going on, he was at the forefront and things like that. So he's a great person, great morale, a guy that I can see myself hanging with. You know, he's a good dude, but he's just limited in his play to me. Good player, but for him to be, especially for this team right now, he has to be the second guy. He doesn't have the ability to be that second guy to Embiid. But
Don't get me
to sit there and be upset at the fans for booing you because you literally been playing
He's trash.
not good for the last 2 weeks, maybe even more. What do you want us to do? Especially when it's affecting us to the point where Embiid literally has to do everything, or we're losing games because all you have to do is just give me 15 points. Like the game we lost to the Hawks when they had literally no one playing that game. If Tobias Harris scored 20 points that game, we would have won that game.
But look what you asking for. You only asking for 20 points for somebody getting paid $180 million. I don't like Tobias Harris. and like the Sixers not my favorite team, but as I told you before, it's not Ben Simmons to me.
Okay.
It's literally Tobias Harris holding this team up because his contract is so huge with no productivity. And this is he had an okay year last year, but overall it's $180 million. He should be Embiid.
Tobias gives you a lot of empty stats. He'll go off in the first half, score 15 to 20 points, and literally maybe score 2 or 4 points the rest of the game. Stuff like that. And I do agree with the Ben Simmons situation where it's like if Ben is more of a third option and Tobias actually stepped up into that second guy role and actually consistently gave you 20-plus points a night, effective impact points. You know what I mean? It would have been a better situation. Because even last year in the playoffs, even though he ended games with good stats, when it came down the stretch of games, he was nowhere to be found. And it got swept under the rug because of how big and how elated the Ben Simmons situation was. But stuff like that, and it's just like overall in this NBA, man, these players, man, they've gotten real sensitive when it comes to this. Like, this is the sport. This is literally comes with the sport. When you're good, we cheer. When you're bad, we boo. Yeah. Period. Point blank. End the discussion.
It's just about being bad consecutively and then not trying. Like, I think, like I said, I just feel like, because AI had nights where he'll go 4 for 30, 4 for 20.
Yeah, for sure.
But you can never
question his heart, his pass, all that.
So if Tobias Harris really came out and was really boom, boom, but still have the mediocre stats, he wouldn't get booed. And I'm just speaking for Philly. I just know how Philly works. Like, as long as you come out and actually try.
The effort
is there, and we can take it. You know, it's not just basketball. It goes back to football, where it's just like Jalen Reagor, like, all right, we done gave you
right. Sports in general, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But when you drop 2 wide open passes that could have won us the game, and then he's a first round draft pick, and you can't even get 5 yards on a punt return. Bro, what do you
You're actually losing his yards on punt return.
So it's I think it's an effort thing. I'm just speaking for Philly. Like, in this city, it's an effort thing. I've seen people be at like, what's man, Freddie Mitchell used to get cheered here. You hear me?
What he used to do, he was discount double check before Aaron Rodgers.
But you never heard nobody boo Freddie Mitchell because when his number was called,
he did what he had to do. It might have only been 2 times a game, but he did what he had to do.
It's that simple.
Zach, what you got, man? What I mean, is it just me? Am I just being overly dramatic or hard on these guys? Like, is it really that, or is these cats just really just that sensitive, man? What's going on with these cats?
I'm not gonna say the S word, but it To be honest, I'm not gonna say the S word, but I sat there and I watched the Knicks game last night. RJ Barrett, Duke. I'm not gonna be mad. I'm glad he hit the game winner. But Julius Randle, like, how are you upset with the fans as a New York Knicks? How are you mad at the New York Knicks fan base?
Right.
You're in the New York Knicks. They're a tough organization when it comes to
Yeah.
fandom. Like, they have been deprived for years, and you're mad at
All
them.
my life.
Like, Madison Square Garden is the hardest place to play in, whether you're an opponent or whether you actually play there or for the organization. Like, I don't understand how you can be mad, but I do agree with you. There is a level of sensitivity, and a lot of these players can't handle it. But it's like, dude, you won Most Improved Player last year, and you basically led the team in scoring, and you took your game to another level. Like, you have to remember, we remember Julius Randle last prior to the Knicks on the Lakers. Like when Kobe Bryant had his famous rant of cussing people out and saying they were soft as Sherman toilet paper, pretty much. Like, bro, you come a long way. How are you mad at the fans? You have to understand these Knicks fans haven't seen a winning season since Carmelo, and even with that, like, that was kind of like,
And
I
you
won't
and
say
you
phony, but like, yeah,
and you gave them a taste last year of playoff
heck
success, even though
yeah.
they lost. Like, why you think
Even though
this
Trae
year
Young
they're
gave y'all
not
the
going to
business.
expect that again? Like, once you set a bar, and again,
Go
we talking
higher.
about Julius Randle. You are the Knicks. You are the star. So you can't do that.
Imagine Bron giving a play.
That's what I'm saying. You don't see Steph Curry or KD or none of them because they know that comes with it. I'm a superstar. You feel me? Like that comes with it. And don't get me wrong, the fans, they do take it over the line at times. So when it comes to strictly basketball and production on the court, they're well within their right with booing you when
But
it
hold
comes to
on.
that. I believe.
But one thing I gotta say though is like, you're not a fan. Like, you're not dealing with fans in Salt Lake City or any of those places where, like, they're racist or they say like slurs. You're
Right.
dealing with people that are gonna hold you on your account. They're gonna hold you when you play bad. Like, they're gonna be like, "Boo,
Exactly.
you suck." Like,
Exactly.
you have a good fan base that's gonna motivate you to go to the next level. Like, let's be real. The Knicks are still the team in New York, even though they've been terrible for decades. However, if Kevin Durant, Kyrie Irving, well, I don't know about Kyrie Irving because he's playing on a part-time budget, but if Kevin Durant and James Harden and part-time Kyrie win a championship in Brooklyn, Brooklyn is now the team to beat New York. So you better be grateful for them damn fans that are giving you energy to play. Like, what are you complaining about?
Exactly, bro. And that's my biggest thing when it comes to all this, yo. Like, if it's over the line, I get it. You know what I mean? We just talking about booing. Not you, not as a person, not your character, your production. That's all we talking about. Your production. You're literally not playing well for the longest stretch that it shouldn't be, especially when you're supposed to be a player who's supposed to be, if anyone should be consistent in their play, it should be you. You know what I'm saying? And that's all I've been trying to tell cats when it comes to this, because all they want to say is, "Oh, you here?" And all. No, man. And then you so quick. As soon as you get offended, now you want to say to them, "But I'm rich and da da da." Okay, cool, but you still stink. Like I don't care about that, bro. Like that doesn't. Well, me personally, it doesn't. That doesn't affect me. And just a touch, like I said, long as it isn't over the boundaries of other than it being production on the field, on the court, because fans can get a little crazy, and that's why I wanted to touch on this topic, like fans versus players, because there is a level of, at times there are moments you need to speak out. There are moments you need to express your frustration when the fans take it to another level. There was a story. Chris Haynes, he's an NBA insider. He covers the NBA. Great dude. Love his work. Love his writing. Follow him on Twitter. It's a great follow. He had a story about Chris Paul. They were playing in the city escapes me right now. But with COVID and everything that's going on right now, they are giving these exemptions and exceptions for the teams to be able to play, bring players in. So a lot of 10-day contracts are being thrown out there right now. Can't think of the player right now. I should have had it up, but it doesn't matter. Y'all look it up and Google it. It'll be there. A player was on a 10-day contract with the Suns. There was some heckling from the crowd to that player.
You talking about Bismack?
No, it's another player. He didn't even play, but it literally was just a player just to fill in the roster spot so they'll be able to play. Because you got to have at least 8 players on your roster to play a game, or you got to be postponed or forfeit. And they was heckling him. But not only heckling, that's nothing. Like, fans gonna talk crap. But the problem came in where they were saying things like, talking about how he just a journeyman, he don't belong here, only on a 10-day contract, stuff like that, blah, 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 blah. Really coming at the man himself. And Chris Paul spoke out about that. Basically, like, these boys, they work hard. Like, yes, they might not be in the NBA. They might be overseas or whatever they at right now. These boys, they work hard. They go out every day. They train. They practice. They blood, sweat, and tears to get to this point. And for them to have an opportunity, even on a 10-day contract, to be in the NBA, like, that's a major feat. Like, don't be belittling people like that. And stuff like that, I can get with, because I'm never going to attack the man, because I know how much work go into it. Because if it was that easy to get into the NBA, we all be in that joint. And it don't even matter. Like, you feel me? So stuff like that, and different racist things, or people talking about your family, or anything like that. You know what I mean? Stuff like that. Like, I get it. Yeah, I get it. So that's where it comes into play, where it's like fans gotta know their boundaries when it comes to it, because they do. I said before how we pay hundreds of thousands of dollars to see these games. Fans also take that to the extreme and think just because I pay this money, I can come in here and say and do whatever I want. With no. It don't work like that. It does, because you're not gonna sit there if I'm walking in the street say these same things to my face just because you understand. So that's like the balance that comes in with that. But when it comes to production, like, you just gotta own that. Get better. Don't get mad. I mean, what do you guys think about the lines and the boundaries when it comes to fans and player communication, interaction?
As long as you don't say no personal shit, that's why I'm at.
Yeah.
Like, personal, when I think somebody said something about Bronny.
Right, exactly.
Like
and Mama Bear, she say that again.
The announcer had said something about, like, oh, he got the call.
Yes.
Yeah.
I posted that. Y'all make sure,
And LeBron came real quick.
If y'all don't know, Kevin Porter Jr., who plays for the Houston Rockets, he went to college at USC. USC. I love him as a player, but he had a reputation coming out of college as a hothead. He was a hothead. He is. He does get a hothead. And we all know he went through his little situation with the Rockets and arguing. He left the arena and everything early. But last night or the night before, the announcer, he hits a game-winning shot. This is probably one of the highlights of his career. He can actually go back to his friends, his family, and say, yo, I hit a game winner in the NBA. The announcer sit there and say, and I might not get it totally correct, but it's along the lines of, he was right on point. He hit that shot, or took that shot, just like your dad.
Did the 14-year-old girl. Don't forget that.
Like I know people watching the broadcast probably didn't understand it at the moment, but if you don't know, Kevin Porter Jr., his father, Kevin Porter Sr., was tried and convicted for murder of a 14-year-old girl, and did years in prison for it. And then when he was released, he was killed in a bar fight or something along those lines.
Yep.
This is something that that this is something that can't happen. It just can't happen. And announcers as well, I feel like they have an agenda at times to say certain things. I feel like they want to be funny, but take it too far. It's just like, and this isn't the first time that this happened. It's been many cases. It's just been swept on the rug. This is probably just the most egregious one that we've heard. And with the new age of being on social media and things of that nature like that, things get picked up and heard, and they quickly post it, send it out, stuff like that. So it was everywhere. So stuff like that, like boundaries does have to be set in these professional sports and all of it, because all this happens everywhere, believe it or not. Football, basketball, whatever it is. And I'm going to be frank with you. I'm not going to say all sports. It's primarily in the heavy black driven sports that this happens in. Because in baseball, you don't. I know these our counterparts, the Caucasians, they have crazy passes. I mean, just like Doc Holliday, who played for the Phillies, great pitcher, Hall of Famer. No one knew he was dealing with drug abuse, depression. The man killed himself. You know what I'm saying? Like. Stuff like that, like, but you don't hear that. But when they have moments to dig at a African American athlete, like what in your mind said this would be a great thing to say about this young man, this 20-year-old man?
He thought he was lit too.
This man thought he was on Def Comedy Jam. He probably was in that joint cracking that. Like real rap. Like why'd you think that was cool? That let you know how detached they are to certain situations when it comes to like that. So it's like, it's definitely a line that's like there, that if you just keep it to basketball, you're good. But once you start crossing that line, you know what I mean? And I didn't mean to cut you off, Zach. Like, you can continue on after this. It just bothers me though when I see people do cross the line, but then also the players complaining about the little things that you shouldn't even be complaining about. Go ahead, Zach, man. What you I'm gonna let you finish. I know I keep taking over because, as y'all can see, this is something that really just bothers me and irked me. Because it's another thing. Tobias Harris, last year after the playoffs, he wrote this long soliloquy on social media. I'm sorry I wasn't able to do it for you, Philly. I'll be better next year. Just trust me. I'm going to work hard, bust my ass to make sure I do what I got to do the next year and we can go reach the goals that we got to do.
Right.
And then, if I'm lying, I'm flying. He wrote it.
His PR wrote it.
And this year, okay, don't set expectations. And in Philadelphia, you sit there and set an expectation. We're going to sit there and hold you to it. Ask Jalen Hurts. And he ain't even set one. It was just one already set for him. But stuff like that is like, don't say stuff like that and set expectations and don't expect us to hold you to it. And this year, he ain't holding to. So yes, you're going to boo and don't give us this soft, sentimental, sensitive crap, man. Like, I'm done. I'm going to blow a gasket if I keep going when it comes to this, man. This has been the Open Gym Podcast, man. I just want to thank Zach, and I want to thank my man Zig, the artist, to be with me once again, man, on this day. And before we get out of here, I just want to really just give a shout out, man, because something special happened over this week as well. Just real quick, Kyrie Irving back in the building, man. Played his first game with the Nets, obviously away game. He can't play games in New York, man. I'm just more so just happy that to just see a talent like that on the court, and came back not missing a beat essentially. Only had 24 points, but still was impactful. Still got the moves, still got the dribbling, shooting, everything that goes on. And again, I keep saying that I just love watching basketball. I love watching great basketball players. And yes, Kyrie Irving is one of my favorite players in the NBA. And I'm just happy to see him back, man. What do you guys think? I mean, aside of all the extra things that's going on, we all know we can debate that till we blue in the face. We all know, but just overall, just seeing, first of all, the Nets being back in full strength. So when they get beat by the Sixers and Embiid, yeah, y'all heard it here first. That they ain't got nothing to lean on. They had all their guys, well, except Kyrie, because he can't play in New York or Philly, because Philly got restrictions. Got restrictions now as well.
I think he can play in Philly.
Nah, that whole thing is for everything, bro.
I thought in Philly it's just like bars and stuff.
No, it's inside. In general, yeah.
Damn, I got some Sixers too.
So you went, if it's the Nets, don't expect Kyrie to be on the floor,
How the
man.
hell I'm gonna get in there?
Oh, yeah. That's true, too. Yeah, that's all of us. Right? Well, for them.
Oh,
but I think, no, you know what? You do got to have it because my man, he had tickets he wanted to give away, but he also told people you had to be vaxxed to get in that sort of situation like that. So, yeah, they not letting you in without it. But we ain't going down that road. Kyrie, we glad you back, man. Glad to see you back. You happy. We see ball is really what you want to do. You out there, you showing off, you doing what you got to do, man. And we appreciate that. And you got to at least appreciate the game. Whether your beliefs, when it comes to the game of basketball, you need these players to play. Yeah. Point blank period. You need these players to play. You need the excitement. You need the... Don't get me wrong, Kevin Durant is great. James Harden is great, but it ain't like nothing seeing the whole squad there, Kyrie, James Harden, KD going at it. You know what I'm saying? So stuff like that John, is going to be amazing. I can't wait till the season continues and wait to see more of him. But we going to stop right there, end it off, man. Appreciate you guys being here once again. Zig the Artist. Zach, man, you look like you been having a good time with that cup over there. Yeah, man, we feeling good, my guy. I'm gonna cheers to you, man. We're gonna take a sip with you, my guy. No, man, but I appreciate you guys being here once again. Open Gym Podcast. Until we meet again, I'm your boy AB.
And you already know what it is. This is boy Zig the Artist.
Yes, sir. Make sure you guys follow all of us. Zach as well. I'm going to put the social media tags up right now. Y'all make sure y'all follow all 3 of those social media handles. Stay up to date with new music from Zig, who also dropped the album this week.
Yeah,
go.
Be
dropping, my bad.
It'll be dropping. That joint dropped Sunday, January 9th. It's called Louder Than Words. Make sure y'all stream that shit, man. It's definitely...
It's a banger. Trust me, it's great music to be listened to. Zach, anything coming out, make sure y'all follow him, hit that notification button. He writes plenty of articles, WNBA, college, NBA. He's just a great writer overall. I love his work. Read it all the time, man. And then obviously me, man, your boy AB, your neighborhood sports guy, man. I'm here with you every week, delivering what you guys need, delivering what you guys want. Make sure you subscribe to the channel, follow me on Instagram, hit the notification button, and we're gonna get on out of here. Until we meet next time, everybody. This is the Open Gym, and I'ma holler at you guys. Yes, sir!
I was waiting for it. Yes, sir!